Have a look at that. It's episode number 166 of My Cup of Tea. Too bad it's not 426.
Exactly, because I don't know. I don't know what that means. 426.
LV 426.
Oh, yes, I have seen that movie. I have though. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Well,
that's closer to 223, which is the Prometheus planet.
Did you know that going in, or did you just look that up?
I know.
You know this? Okay.
I know April 26th is Alien Day.
You're not a fake fan? Hashtag fake fan?
Although if you try to quiz me about Alien 3 and 4, I'm a little fuzzy.
Alien 3 is kind of... Remember, we liked it. You know, if people want to watch our Alien commentaries, go right ahead. Do you have an Alien playlist for our commentaries? Or Alien/Predator playlist?
I think I did make an Alien Predator playlist as well as an all-encompassing horror playlist. I really need to update those playlists for recent commentaries we've done, but there's a good chunk of them in there. We've done over 100 commentaries already for movies.
Yeah, I remember we did. That was one of my favorite sagas we've ever done, just going through every single Alien Predator movie in chronological order. Alien 3, it starts off very bad. Especially if you're a fan of aliens, it's just it's a brand new story. But the story of Alien 3 minus that awful setup is not that bad. It's pretty decent. I remember liking the vibe of Alien 3 a lot. Anyways, this is not an Alien 3 podcast though.
But it could be. But it's not.
I mean the Alien 3 podcast, every week we talk about Alien 3, something different. But yes, we're here to discuss the premiere episodes based off of Nathan's, fantastic thumbnail this week. The premiere episodes of Alien Earth, because the aliens are on Earth. And it's very exciting. This is directed by and produced by Noah Hawley from, Legion fame, Fargo, right? Fame. I haven't watched his other stuff. I've watched Legion season 1, half of season. No, wait, I watched all of season 2, maybe half of season 2. I forget. But I remember season 2 started to lose me to Legion. I think they went 3 seasons with that show.
I should watch that. Dan Stevens, right?
Dan Stevens. Season 1 was solid. Season 2, solid less. But Aubrey Plaza was a big standout from that show. I remember that. Excuse me. But I'm excited for Alien Earth. Nathan and I, contrary to what I was talking about earlier, are big Alien fans. I like the first one a lot. Based off of this premiere, Noah Hawley also likes the first Alien a lot.
Don't they all Fede Alvarez and
yeah, right. Oh yeah. Fede Alvarez. One of people's biggest complaints with Alien Romulus was that it was too much like the first movie. It felt like it was like the Force Awakens of Alien. I disagree. I like Alien Romulus a lot.
As a fan of Force Awakens.
As a fan of Force Awakens. Right? Yeah, exactly. It's I think both in Alien Romulus and Force Awakens, both of those takes, they are rebooty. They are, giving off same vibes of the first of that franchise. But the new cast, a la Force Awakens in Alien Romulus case, the new cast, the new setting, the new lore, I was very much a fan of it. And especially the tone of Alien Romulus is very fun. I think we have to do a Boyd Holbrook meme every episode. It has to happen.
I was going to say more of his movies, but those are just James Mangold movies at this point, right?
Yeah, I don't feel like doing a commentary on a complete unknown.
We did just spin Dial of Destiny on the wheel.
So I was hoping you'd forget about that.
No, don't act like you hate it. It's not atrocious.
It's not atrocious. It's just, I remember walking out. I think this is in our podcast. I was like, I don't know if I'll revisit this one compared to the first 3.
I'll bring you over because I think it's my 3rd favorite.
That's insane. That's insane.
It out of 5? Is it really that insane?
Yes, it's not better than the first 3. Done and done.
Where did I rank it?
Do you have this over Temple of Doom, you fucker?
I remember actually, I expected to go in expecting Temple of Doom to be lower, but I was thoroughly impressed when we were
Temple of Doom is my favorite one. I love Temple of Doom.
I know, and I was like, really? I was acting like you are now.
Really?
Look, I mean, yes. Is it so bad?
It's not bad, but it's forgettable.
It is my number. It is my number 3.
behind
Actually,
Temple of Doom. Right?
for the record, Evan, I have Temple of Doom at number 2.
Oh, you have Raiders after it.
Back up, I do have Raiders at 4.
Yeah, I remember people usually love, at least in our generation, it's either Temple of Doom or Last Crusade. People in the earlier generation love Raiders the most. I love Raiders so much.
Oh, it's great.
It's a picture perfect movie in my opinion. I think they're all 10 out of 10 movies, by the way.
Crystal Skull.
Crystal Skulls. I mean, first 3. Sorry, 10 out of 10. Crystal Skull is not good, but
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. It's like a 2.5 out of 5. 2.5. Yeah, I'll give it 2.5, and then I don't know. I give both of them 2.5s. That and Crystal Skull, but I think I like the last one more than Crystal Skull.
What if I told you Dial was the Logan of the franchise?
You'd be wrong.
Of all movies to compare that, it being James Mangold.
Logan were the best movies of all time. Yes, you would be wrong.
I know that. I know.
I guess you're not a fan. Get it? Because
I'm a fan.
Anyways, back to Earth, Alien Earth.
So we're talking about right now. First topic,
Alien. Yeah, let's get the reviews out the way.
Sorry,
I hate you, but okay. We're doing this. Alien Earth. That's a stellar background. How long does it take, motherfucker? It took me 5 weeks. What a phenomenal marketing campaign for Alien Earth, by the way. I've loved all the teasers so far. The posters have been very sick, and yeah, that image of the Earth there is very fascinating.
Yeah, a crack.
Exactly. But before we go into the show, leading up into the show, we've heard that, especially last week, it kind of hit a peak when the reviews were coming in, saying this is the Andor of the franchise, says one reporter. It sets the stuff apart while remaining true to the tone and the feeling of Alien. I get that a lot. But one of the bigger things was that it was not going to remain consistently with the canon of the Alien franchise, which is not true to Andor. But so far, the first 2 episodes seem to be in line. Now, granted, I am an Alien fan. I'm not the biggest Alien fan when it comes to canon. Because to be honest, most of the movies are 100 years after each other. It's 50 years later, 100 years later. And then if you watch Alien 3 and Resurrection, is it just 3 and 4, right? Alien 1, 2, 3, 4. They're not true. They're not really that sticking to each other's lore either that much.
Yeah. So you had the events of the first Alien, and then Ripley gets stuck in space in cryo for a bit until she's found. That's about I think it's at least 100 to 200 years after. And then and then stuck in cryo again, a big time jump for Alien 3, and then Alien Resurrection. Ripley is cloned further into the future, so there's a lot of divides there. As it goes for here, Romulus is roughly 20-ish years after the first Alien. This series, Alien Earth, is 2 years before the events of the first film, and it's roughly 15 to 20 years the events of Prometheus and Covenant prior to the first Alien.
Exactly. I think if memory serves, I saw a map.
There you go.
And 2120 is Alien Earth, 2122 Alien, 21 I think it was or maybe it's 200, 120, 40, or 20 years after that is Alien Romulus, and then 100 years after that is Aliens. But either way,
but it was said that I don't think it's necessarily we're gonna enter into canon breaking stuff with the series. I think just simply the creatives weren't concerned in developing lore from Prometheus and Covenant as their focus. But
exactly,
credit to fans full of that series like myself. Fede Alvarez threw us the biggest bone in that regard in Alien Romulus. So it's good stuff there. We're still good connection.
We're going to get connections via the big screen, that's for sure. Who knows? David could be meeting Rain and Andy in the Alien Romulus sequel. You never know.
Theoretically, with what's being set up in the Predator side of things as well, and this series, you could collectively bring so many characters to an Alien Predator crossover film, just
Oh,
because
yeah.
both of them have now introduced the idea of cryo freezing individuals.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it. The unlimited potential with the Alien Predator crossover. You have Rain and Andy, Kaylee Spaney, and David Johnson's characters, and then you have the main character of Predator Badlands, not Kaiju, the Kajuda. I forget the Predator's species are called.
Yauja.
Yaoja, sorry. And then you have if Elle Fanning survives the events of Badlands, she could be on board too.
Maybe this
but yeah,
Wendy character. Who knows?
maybe Wendy on the big screen. I highly doubt it, but you never know.
I think it's possible.
Highly doubt it.
Highly.
80% chance she's not in there.
There's a Mandalorian movie next year.
Don't remind me. Is that a curse?
3 seasons of lore behind them and a book of Boba Fett.
How was that book? Any good chapters in it?
Detoured a little bit.
Anyways, let's get into it. We mentioned again with the canon of it all, you can see this as the opening set piece here. The opening, what's it called?
Cold open?
Inciting. Thank you. Yeah, cold open inciting incident. I'm forgetting the name of the ship now. Just with the M. Maginot. The Maginot.
Not the Nostrum.
Not the people say the Maginot. But I think it's based off of like the historical Maginot Line. I forget, as a history teacher, I forget what that line referred. It was something about like dividing land or something, I think. I teach U.S. history this year, by the way, too. And I'm like, I got to do some research before Wednesday.
Sarah's give me extra credit. If you can't answer, give me extra credit.
U.S. history was always not my forte. I'm teaching U.S. history and world history this year. They just sprung that on me. Anyways, Maginot Line versus the Maginot Ship, and we meet the main character of this inciting incident. Not Shmi. Yeah, Shmi. Shmi is the synthetic that's in the opening credits or the opening sequence, right?
Shmi is the robot from Skeleton Crew.
Oh, well, yeah, but isn't that the name
Shmi
of the?
is the pirate from Peter Pan.
Well, yeah, but is that his name?
I think it is.
Because me, I was like, is me the guy that's friends with Wendy, or is he the antagonist character? I got those two confused. They look similar to me.
I think Shmi is the cyborg on the ship in the cold open.
Okay, thank you. Or no, actually, I think it's different. I think it's the other way around. I'll figure it out. Google is free. I think because I remember like all the Peter Pan characters being based off of like the Lost Boys.
Yeah. Are they all names from Peter Pan, or is that just? Did you think most of them kept their names? I guess if you see the list, it'll. I don't know the names of the Lost Boys in Peter Pan.
We'll see. Okay, I'm going to go into the character list on FX. But anyways, what did you think while I do this of the opening start here? It felt very reminiscent of Alien with the whole waking up, the cryo sleep, the transitions, the editing.
This felt shockingly like right out of 1979. Like, not just like aesthetically, but like the look of the camera lens that I'm watching it through, the like smoky atmosphere of the mess hall that they're in, even like the actors they have feel like actors that would be right alongside those in 1979 in the original film. Like everybody just looked the part, sounded the part, naturally reacted to one another like old Hollywood sci-fi. Like it felt just like ripped right from the era it's supposed to be, which I always find it's one of my favorite impressive things to notice when I watch modern Star Wars. I'm like, yeah, that guy looks like that Imperial looks like he's from the 70s. Like you just see it in like their face naturally. It's really good. I really love the setting of the crew, and it's really good misdirect too, because they have a synthetic on board that's operating different things, and he's giving off weird vibes, and you kind of are giving like misdirect of like, are we in like a David situation, and book I forget his name in the first Alien, the android, Ash synthetic vibe, but that's like not our concern whatsoever. It's our main captain here. who's like he's not a synthetic. He is an enhanced human with cybernetic implants. So he's just like full blown riding for the company through and through.
Exactly. This is a Wayland Yutani vehicle. This is not some like mining ship. They're the way back from some kind of discovery where they found all these, not just not just these xenomorphs, but also tons of other aliens as we see once the ship crashes. But yeah, by the way, the guy's name is Morrow, the employee of Wayland Yutani Corporation.
Okay.
He was the chief security officer there on the ship. But yeah, it's just he was really probably my favorite character from this opening sequence. Like you said, he's not a synthetic. That kind of reminds me. I think we got introduced to the cold open, the opening crawl here before we get introduced to these characters.
Yes.
This is a world that is dominated. Earth is dominated by 5 corporations, I believe 5. We know we're meeting the Wayland Yutani, the iconic corporation, but also Boy Cavaliers Corporation, Prodigy. Those seem to be the 2 main ones at war with each other. As of the first 2 episodes, hopefully we see more of them throughout the season. But I kind of like this. It kind of, this. I like it kind of like a harsh future where it's like the U.S., not just the U.S., but the world is dominated by like production like companies, not by like governments, but just like self-interested companies
who's developing like the way we're gonna live out our lives, basically.
Exactly. They said it's a war for immortality, which was a very fascinating and it really drew me in.
Yeah, like you said, the crawl. I love that introduction of like understanding the definitions between synthetics, cyborgs, and this new development, hybrids, and whoever is the most advanced in this technology will rule the world, the universe in essence.
Exactly. So we have synthetics who the franchise has always had. Your Ash, your David characters. Who are even like Andy in Alien Romulus. Love those characters. They're a pain in the ass on Alien Isolation.
Those are all different things. The fucking working Joes.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. They're not even synthetics, right? They're just like
they're just blatantly like we are robots.
Yeah, they're just robot androids, which I hated. But yeah. Oh god.
That clip I shared where like the gun grabs you and we saw in the background the alien drop from the vent. And we're just like, no.
It's like, get us out of here. You are killing us both.
This isn't fair. Kill the
That was funny. Man, I missed that game, dude. That was some of the most fun streams you ever done.
We got an update today. I think it was today for the Alien Isolation like Jurassic Park game that's coming up.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they were doing like a behind the scenes showcase. It's just like a quick minute thing, but it's nice that there's an update after so long since the announcement.
Exactly. I think they announced it like 2 years ago. I was like, did they forget about that game? But like, yeah, I cannot wait to play that. That seems very, very cool. So yeah, we have synthetics who be known for a long time, but then we have what was it? Synthetics. You said
cyborgs.
Cyborgs.
The big development being these hybrids.
Which ones have we seen?
Which
the
is
cyborgs?
Downloading human consciousness. Alien Resurrection kind of, I think, had a couple of cyborg guys, but big involvement in this.
So the Morrow character, is he not a cyborg?
The survivor of the ship crash.
Yeah,
he is. Yes.
Okay, so he'll be one. He's like the main example of because he reminded me of like a T-1000 Terminator with the way he was like creating that knife, that one sequence.
Yeah,
I was
he's very cold, but like he is human. Like he's human with cybernetic enhancements. He's just a terrible person. That's the situation.
He's a company man. Yeah, he's a very, very fascinating character. And
then I'll be interested to really dive into the concept of the hybrids when we get to.
Exactly. I'm excited to see what the hybrids are all about here. Like the whole evolution of seeing what happened with Wendy and the other like Lost Boys characters. Really made the premiere very fun to watch. It adds a new element to the lore, and outside of the show wise, like performances are really cool. Like this is we've seen in other movies and TV shows a character embodying a younger character in the body of an adult. That's been tale as old as time. But to see this many characters on a TV show, it was like 7, 8 characters all doing it together. Like it just made for a very unique experience watching the show. And it made it again very engaging and interesting to watch because for all the Alien movies, spin-offs, games, whatever, it's a bunch of characters who are like, I didn't sign up for this. Was it the Alien franchise? Like, oh shit, like shit's getting crazier than I expected. But you really sense that with these kids who are in the bodies of adults who are seemingly going on an adventure, and then they realize, yeah, I want to go home. It's like this is not like crazy, but then you do see some of them who are like innocently curious as well before shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. I like the dichotomy going on between them all. But yeah, so opening sequence was really fun. It kind of was already teased via the trailer, but the alien somehow escapes, causes a lot of havoc on the ship.
Yeah, well, that actually ends up coming later, which is crazy. It's more like the middle of the episode, I think, or just before the end, I think, actually, because the whole incident with the crash. But
I was doing chronologically,
yeah, but there is a great demonstration in this, which is the xenomorph is not the only thing that was picked up on this voyage. I mean, there are a multitude of creatures. I think primarily like 5 big ones that were taken for research by the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, like, which would make sense. It wouldn't only go for like one individual thing. Like if you find anything that's of use, like get it, bring it back, priority. And we get only like a couple of them really showcased so far. I imagine we're gonna get more because we're by the end of these 2 episodes we're still in the wreckage, which I wonder how long we're gonna be in the setting of the wreckage before we move forward away from it, and how expansive the breakout of these creatures are going to be.
Hopefully it's just the end of the 3rd episode to finally be done with the wreckage. It's a small set piece. It's very exciting. It's very like nostalgic going into a ship that's been crawling with alien infestations. But I also want to see the world expanded upon, obviously. I was very interested by the world building in these first 3 episodes alone. So I want to see what else the show has to offer in terms of like terrifying locations. But I do like the aspect of just going into a crashed ship. This whole ship sequence. It reminded me of the game Dead Space, which is like a character in a ship crawling with aliens. It's very fascinating. But yeah, so far in the show, we've introduced you to the xenomorph, the crawly one with the eye, which was insane. The one that went into the cat.
Yeah. The like multi-eyed squid,
which was
it's disgusting. And then they're like ticks. With like giant blood sacks.
Yeah. Thank you, Nathan.
Well, what else do you describe? This fucking
I don't know.
Wrath worm fucking.
That was an amazing horror sequence. 2 people locked up, tied to a pole, can't even get out of it. It's just like I couldn't take my eyes away. Jalen was like, "Okay, I'm not watching," but it was just so like, oh man, that was really cool. So yeah, those 3.
There's something really important I need to bring up because I have not seen anybody talk about this, and I noticed, and I'm like, I need to bring this up. In even like from the cold open, and showcasing like all the things they have. There are 2 glass containments on the wall of the ship, and there are face huggers in them. But these face huggers are way bigger than our normal ones. Like,
really?
Like comparatively, like it's a normal like size face hugger is about like the size of this, but like seeing them, they're like slightly bigger than a normal human's head. And I'm just seeing them in the container. And I'm like, why are they so huge? What is up? And maybe they're just like showcasing, like maybe they're like further. I don't know what the case is. We're a couple years away from the main. I don't know what continuity of development of the biology of them is happening, but I did notice somewhere later in I believe the 2nd episode, looking in the same spot of those vials where they were, they're not in there anymore. These like way bigger face huggers. So I'm hoping there's interesting payoff to that. whether it's going to attach to a human and something else comes out, or if it attaches to another alien. I don't know what could happen, but
So
it
you think
intrigues me.
I didn't even notice the size difference. Do you think it could just be a production thing, or do you think it's actually like an in-universe
I don't, I
reason?
don't, I don't think it's a production thing because they've made enough of these where like they've all been consistently the correct size. That is just like a lot bigger than they normally are.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I didn't even notice. I was wondering if they were alive. They're obviously like, because usually when the camera pans, you see them like twist a little bit, but they were like
Sure.
frozen somehow. I didn't even see them
Yeah.
move at all.
It makes me curious if they're going to do anything like that because it wouldn't be the first time we've had like an oversized facehugger. I mean, we had like the most gigantic degree in Prometheus, right, when it attached to the engineer at the end of the film, and then the deacon xenomorph was born. That's lore. So I just wonder if like if we will get back to that, or if it is like you said, maybe it is a production issue. I don't know, but we shall see.
Okay, interesting. But yeah, so what's next? Let's continue there. Or do you want to go in chronological order in terms of like the ship crash or something else?
I think we'll probably go chronological to pop, but we could also talk about like the actual like crashing of the ship itself, since we're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
yeah.
That's what I was going into. I love the whole sequence. Like the guy, I thought he was synthetic because he was so calm with the alien bashing in, and I'm like, oh my god, he was just like
Okay,
emergency hatch, boom. I
yeah,
was like, he's locked in.
yeah, he is locked up. But before that, he's putting in the program. And he's like, hey, our shit's out. What do we do? Like he didn't give a shit. How's
Not
the
at all.
crew? They're gone. And
He was like sweating though.
he is. I mean, yeah, there's definitely you are human, sir.
Yeah, right.
But like, she's banging at the door, and we didn't see this in the preview, that clip that came out. Like, we knew she was going to get in, but like, he goes up to the door, and this motherfucker starts sealing it.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah. That's messed up. That's messed up.
It's so fucking. I can only imagine that must be a dead end corridor. Like, there's nowhere to go.
Also want to talk about before that during the dinner sequence, whatever. When they were socializing, you get the sense that like even though he is not a synthetic, he's still looked down upon like a synthetic. He's still very much the other crew members, especially some of the like engineers, were like we're just like talking bad about him. He said, "Don't call me that," I think, right, or something. He's like, "I'm not a synthetic" or something. So yeah,
maybe, yeah, but like, he was, yeah. It's definitely, the vibe is like, this is the boss, that's the asshole.
yeah, exactly.
Even like yeah, he was getting snappy at like the synthetic himself, the actual synthetic on the ship, who we thought may be sketchy because it's deployed by Weyland-Yutani and they have priorities on these vessels. But nope, here we go. The captain is the dick. But yeah, the actual, like, we saw like the scene where like she gets torn up in the hallway. That's creepy. Before that though, even like lead up to it, we get the POV. I always love it when they do the POV of the xenomorph like going rapidly through the ship. It's
Love that so much. Yeah, it's very like Evil Dead esque. Fair Sam Raimi. But yeah, just the alien man, because we've seen the alien creature 1,000 times kill people, but like this one felt very like, I don't know, felt big, but it felt so brutal. It was like beating her ass. I'm like, damn, just kill her already. It was just like wop 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 wop. I'm like, shit.
Hug him up. But what I love is that it feels so imposing, like for like a scale percent, even though it's like the same like close up atmosphere that we always see the xenomorph. It feels slightly bigger. Like I feel like the jaw and the maw is bigger. Like it just feels dense, thick, and the use of blending the practical with any CG animation they have is amazing, because I feel like so much is in camera, like from every like jump and scurry of the actual creature. I feel like is super practical. Like there's a shot later, like when he's jumping off a balcony through the glass. It feels like that's a stunt person in this too, just being pulled on the, like it feels just like in camera real. There's a point, and again, this is also like later in the apartments when it bursts through the door, when the actor for Nemec from Andor, he's like, he falls down, he's under the body. Like it's clearly like a person in a suit who's like scurrying on the floor, so it has the animalistic, but he's like sped up to have like that fast, rapid animalistic sense that's like unnatural. But I know that's a fucking actor in a suit, like right on set, and just like the way they're doing it, it just feels eerie of like how viscerally real. Like I could reach out and touch it. It's
100%.
And that makes it even more scary. Of like it's fucking here.
This xenomorph had to be my favorite character of the first episode, along with the Morrow character, because it was just so like creepy and, as you said, it's naturally horrifying. It's just like it's brutal, it's quick, it's terrifying, and the way, again, fast forwarding a little bit or a lot, the way it blended into the surroundings, I was like, "Let's go!"
That's
like,
my favorite.
Like my favorite shot of the episode 2, was when it was in the statue, and it was just like in the background of the statue.
He just like
it moved. I was like, I want to go through the xenomorph's brain. He was like, that statue, I can make it work.
You have to imagine like he's not there before, and he has to just walk up and be like,
"Yeah, let me get into position." Okay, they would never expect it. Okay, and action. Yeah, like it's pretty goofy because I'm just like, yeah, like that's just it perfectly blends into like the statue itself. But like it was just so fun. It was also like in the corner of the ship, I think, in one of the sequences, like next to the air vent, which is very close to like Alien 1.
There's a couple that were like they're like talking. There's like debris like crashed together, and like there's like a little passage in the way, and he's just kind of hanging. And then when they walk off, he dips down. There's a great out of focus shot where Joe's talking. Just get name. Joe's talking, and like right behind him, there's like a light fixture, but there's like black. You think it's like cracks and all, and they just like slithers.
Yes.
Like, oh my god.
I was like, it gave me immediate chills. Yeah. So again, across the board, great stuff. Oh, and just like a generalization with the brutality of this alien during the sequence with the party people. It was like 10 seconds, and it obliterated like 10 people. I'm like, oh my god, that was like the quickest we've ever seen an alien kill people. Like,
I think it gets even quicker right after that. After it breaks out of the bag at the elevator. That was like 5 seconds, and it shredded like 5 men.
Right,
like
I'm
5
like,
seconds.
Does this thing have a chainsaw attached to its leg or something? I was like, holy shit!
Every spike it just spun like
pretty much. Like that was
pebble just going.
That was terrifying. I'm like, how did that happen? But wow, like this is like the ultimate creature ever. So it works.
It makes me think of It makes me think of in Jurassic World Rebirth, where like the T-Rex is there, and then the fucking the raft came up and fell down. It's just gone.
Yeah, just gone. It's like, ow. But yeah, this was great. This was a great showcase from the alien. The show immediately telling us how terrifying, how capable, and how just unbeatable this thing is. Jayla and I were talking about it. Like on Earth, what can actually kill it? That stun gun is pretty nice. But like usually aliens, Alien Romulus, like just eject it into space. The fact that they're on Earth,
it can survive that.
Yeah, even then, you're right. Like even then, like it can survive the vacuum of space for a long time. So
it's just get away from me. Just get it away.
Just get away from me. But the fact that it's on Earth, where you're on like a tight, secluded location, just makes it even more terrifying because there's nowhere to escape. You can't just shoot at it. Like it's crazy. Well, I mean, you could. But
You can, but acid.
Right? Yeah.
You have to be careful where you're shooting it. But that's like the thing. That's why Weyland Yutani wants it so much. It's the perfect organism. They want to weaponize it somehow, which is always the downfall.
Right. So the ship crashes. Marlowe survived, like going into like that ship crash chamber place. And so does the alien. But yeah, so let's explore everything else about this fascinating world once the ship crashes. It crashes into Prodigy Island, which is an island owned by the Prodigy Corporation, owned by this fascinating character. Well, yeah.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't crash on the island.
It's a Prodigy-owned area.
It I think it's called Prodigy City. I think it had
City.
It had a special name.
It was like New Siam or something like that.
I think Siam is right. Yeah.
It felt very like Indonesia, modern day Indonesia Taiwan, maybe just
Oh,
in that like Southeast Asian corridor. That's what it
okay.
looks like to me.
Right
Just
on.
because like the setting stuff like that.
For sure. But yeah, but primary focus to the island itself, where we're getting the development of the hybrids. This is like the first actual company who's able to crack this idea, and this brought me to my. I love when I get philosophical with sci-fi.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Evan, do you believe
In magic.
they've do you genuinely believe that they're actually able to transfer the original consciousness, the soul, if you will, of the human, or is it just a computer copy that has every detail successfully copied so like it would believe it's the original? But do you think they've actually achieved stopping death, or is it just an illusion and the original body is dead through the procedure?
I'll go with the first one. I want to believe they did it on an emotional narrative sense.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy seems to be still like everything about her connection and her desire to see her brother Joe
Yeah.
is still consistent. Unless the show was wanted to give me like a drawback in these first two episodes to be like, wait a minute, maybe Wendy's not. Maybe Wendy's separate from her original body, which was like Marsha. I forget her original name. But like Wendy, her desire to see her brother leads me to believe that her soul, that familial soul from her original body is still in there.
Yeah.
But the progression of her relationship with her brother Joe, who, spoiler, I think he is alive. They wouldn't kill this Nemec character
At the end of two,
at
no,
the end
yeah,
of
he's
two,
alive. The whole tee up is I'm gonna go get him. It's like I
right?
think,
Yeah.
although they set up a thing. There's a lot of interesting things to talk about with Timothy Oliphant's character in this, which I'm excited to discuss.
Great
But
character.
sometime in her conversation with him, Wendy is talking to my brother and goes along the lines of saying like I'm gonna save him, but he's just out there working. There's nothing wrong. I think she wants to get him to the point where he can also make the transfer to a body so that he can also live forever with her. And I think we may get into an instance where he may get severely injured in this mission and they may have to do a thing where they have to transfer his consciousness.
But he's a synthetic.
He's not. The brother? No.
Oh no, Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, he is. That's not what I'm talking about.
You said you want the brother to also go. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I think she wants to have the brother transfer as well so that they can live together.
Got it.
But
That
that's
would
going to be
be
that's going
wild.
to be an interesting thing as well, because there's obviously going to be a roadblock there, because they establish when the kids first arrive that they only are able to do this so far successfully with children because their brains are a lot more malleable to accept the procedure, and fully developed minds just roadblock it and they can't successfully transfer.
And I wonder, like, even narrowing it further, they say, like, again, I forget her original name, but like Wendy's character is special. I don't think she's special just because she's a kid. I wonder, like, even if these kids also have special things about them, like, because otherwise it's like bring in kid A, kid B, like, come on in, kids. Like,
it
I
might.
don't know.
I think it might be that though, and it could just be a corporation is hiding the guise of exploiting ill children.
True. You're very, very right. Yeah, very right.
The Alien franchise is every iteration is like the company sucks.
Oh yeah, and we already get that from both these episodes. Like Wayland Yutani bringing these aliens, crash or no crash, Wayland Yutani is purposely bringing these extremely dangerous creatures back to Earth for their own greed. And then Prodigy, obviously, this whole hybrid scenario is very sketchy on every level. So it's just like. While we like the Wendy character and like these kids do get a second breath of life, it is still very sketchy because, like, what's Boy Cavalier wanting this for? He's a very sketchy, selfish individual.
He does actually bring it up, but it seems like, okay, yeah, obviously there must be an ulterior motive, but it seems like this is kind of cool, right? You're saving sick children from like eternal, like early death, like right on. But his end goal, he explicitly says, is just like, I'm so fucking bored with every human mind. I want someone smart as me so I can have an interesting conversation. I am so eternally bored. I'm just bored. That's to play with lives like that under the guise of just like I have nothing to do is insane.
Really insane. So again, I like the performance from Boy Cavalier a lot. The name by itself, I can't believe I'm saying that on the podcast. Boy Cavalier. If I'm the Wayland Yutani person, it's like there's no way I have to talk to this kid and call him Boy Cavalier. This grown ass man, like that's wild.
Well, boy, I'll use that. That's usually an insult, isn't it? Boy.
Hey, Boy Cavalier, can you please let us onto your island, please? It was just very fun.
Boy, sir.
I love like just his posturing too, like the way he was talking on the phone, like his iPad basically in between his legs there as he's like, facing up. It's very so immature. Childish. Yeah.
Youngest trillionaire.
Trillionaire. Holy shit.
Inflation's crazy.
How many zeros is that? So yeah, it's insane.
But that was also interesting, like have that phone conversation because he's talking to Yutani, the other half of the corporation.
Yeah. First time?
Canonically, she is in a post-credit scene in Alien vs. Predator, the first one.
Okay.
Because they get their hands on some Predator tech, and it's like, where could this go? Nowhere. Already broken canon anyway. They were just having fun, and you know, it is cool that they got Lance Hendrickson from Aliens, who plays a potential descendant of Wayland in Alien 3. So like that kind of connected. It was fun. But yeah, this is that is interesting to like have her involvement so early on, and I'll be intrigued to not only see how that goes, but what other side of Wayland stuff they may introduce. Because as far as we've seen around roughly this structure of actually seeing Wayland, Wayland is in Prometheus, played by Guy Pearce, and he dies in it. And I think Charlize also dies in it, who is a descendant. I don't know if there are more descendants of Wayland still back on Earth that are potentially running the company. If that would be introduced in this, that would be intriguing. We will see.
We're gonna see a clone of Charlize Theron in the movie with the bad haircut.
Let's do it. You know, they won't do it, but I think like the most fun curveball for the show to do is like just randomly toss in penultimate episode. Here's David. He's back.
Yes, please.
I would jump with joy.
The internet would lose their ever-loving minds because that'd be fun. I haven't seen Michael Fassbender in a minute in general, so that'd be really cool.
I have to see that.
Oh, Black Bag. Yeah, he's in one of the best movies of the year. Thank you.
But although I think like if they do ever like tag him back in, it might be saved for the big screen.
Yeah, probably. Again, I think he's very likely, not very likely, but just like, it would be very fun to see him in like an Alien versus Predator crossover kind of fantastic, or even Alien Romulus 2. Which is filming this fall. But yeah, I loved everything about Boy Cavalier. Let's talk about Wendy's upbringing here, which was kind of like the first half of the first episode as well. You know, Nathan, she's a fan of Disney Plus.
She's a fan.
She got a Disney Plus subscription, started watching some Ice Age movies.
Well, that was her past.
I'm talking about her growing up and stuff like that. It was very interesting. Like, you know, in the past, she's watching Ice Age with her brother. Were these Ice Age like 3, 4? I don't remember any of these scenes.
It's like one of the later ones. I'm like, interesting, Paul.
Yeah, like, I haven't watched Ice Age in a long time, but I don't remember any of these scenes. I was like, are this like their Ice Age TV show?
I think it's the last one where they have like this monkey pirate. It's pirates.
Really?
Yeah, it's like pirates. A plot.
Wow.
I think it's after like ice is melting, so it's a lot of ocean version.
So there's like 5 Ice Age movies, right? I think the 6th one is coming out next year.
Yeah,
I think the 6th one's coming out like a week after Avengers Doomsday. If that sticks to landing. But either way, it was just so cool. You know, internet, Twitter doing this thing with a lot of the Ice Age memes is very, very funny.
It really it is. It's very interesting. The fade effects on a lot of the scenes.
What were your thoughts on the editing for that?
I found it accepting. I think like subconsciously for some reason my brain feels like I've seen this in the franchise before. I can't remember if they did anything like that in Romulus for like Rain thinking about the paradise she wants to live on. I don't know if they did.
I don't think they
It's
did.
like that. But I don't know. I feel like I've seen it somewhere. But I mean, I think there's a number of crossfades in the first Alien film with like long fades, and I'm like, okay, cool.
I liked it. I know some people didn't like it, but for me, it felt goofy, but it felt cool to me. Like some worked better than others, admittedly. But I like that kind of style. I'm like, oh, it's
like Sid popping up for like
yeah,
50% opacity for 0.5 seconds.
yeah. It's really weird, but I like it. What I didn't like was like the fade to black. Sometimes
there's commercial breaks in this.
That felt so weird to me. It's like I don't have any commercials. I have like no commercials on my Disney Plus. So I'm watching this. It's just like a scene, boom, and then back. I'm just like, why are we doing this? Like, there has to be a more seamless way. Yeah, I mean, it is like FX, but like, how many people are watching FX shows on FX? But like, this is mostly like Hulu on FX. So like, they're watching it on Hulu, they're watching it on Disney Plus. Like, it just felt so weird. Like the cut to black. It was like 4 seconds. So I was like, dang, it's a long.
I guess people from 1979 who still have cable or
exactly right.
And they're watching 7 minutes of car commercials.
Right. But yeah, it was just fascinating. Outside of the Ice Age stuff, you know, she is terminally sick, and then she is given this new life along with her other friends here, the Lost Boys. Like, what do you think about this whole process?
It's a very captivating process watching it go. I love the editing sequence of like panning back and forth between the transfers of kids and like they're interchanging on the table like seamlessly. Like you just go down as the kid, you go up there, it's their new self already standing, back to a new kid, all in one shot. Like that is wonderful. That was really well done.
Great direction.
The interesting thing of like, again, where I feel like we're very much exploiting children is like, it's like, hey, you have like this promise of like new life and you'll be like better, faster, stronger. You can do so much. You can never go home. You're not allowed to leave.
Yeah.
Kid, like, what do I do? Like, my parents want this for me because they don't want me to die, but they can also never see me again. I could see them through like pictures, I guess, maybe if you let me.
Yeah. It's very interesting, right? The father of Wendy did this to save Wendy, but also lied to her brother, Joe, his son, the father's son. And basically, like, apparently through Joe, we know, like, the father lied to her. Like, the whole company and the father lied to Joe by setting up this whole funeral. There was a casket and everything, apparently. Yeah. Joe thought she was dead.
I saw her body bagged in a shot. It's obviously like the intent is like a bit heavy NDAs. They're doing stuff that's not legal and ethical to make the breakthroughs of the science. I get it, but that doesn't mean it's not horrible,
right? So that was just very, very crazy. Like, yeah, you can't go home. Also, along with that, whenever Wendy seems to have the most connection to home. Not, you figure like. The other 5 or 6 Lost Boys, there's some girls in this when I say that, but like the other 5 or 6 characters, they were enjoying their newfound life, but they weren't as like drawn in to their family as much as Wendy. I wonder if we're going to explore that notion, if some might actually also miss their family, but Wendy seems to be hardcore missing her family, so much so that she is like watching the Big Brother live feeds for Joe. Like watching everything that he's doing, going into the ship, doing his job, going home, what he does when he gets home, watches TV. I'm like, wow, she is like, doesn't miss a beat when it comes to his character. And through this exploration of what Joe's doing, we do get a showcase of Wendy's capabilities with technology, which was extremely interesting too, the way she can manipulate technology to her will. Very powerful. Yeah.
I'll be intrigued to see if we can use that more going forward. I do want to talk about the idea of the mind's experience in the body, because they're artificially giving her senses of emotions, because like all of like her hormones and like all these other developments are not in this body anymore. It's just like one set, here you are, you're fully developed as this, but there's nothing to like develop and alter brain chemistry to your feeling. It's just you are code now. Which I love the line she has like later when she's like, "I miss eating." It's like that. God, what a thing to give up! But like that's such an important thing of feeling, and there's like a back and forth dynamic between the lead lady researcher who talks directly to Boy and Timothy Oliphant's character, where Timothy Oliphant like is leaning heavily into like you're a machine now, you are better, you are no longer human cattle is like his whole ideology. But even though on her side, she's making the argument of like our whole mission here is to pander to the consumer who is human to transfer their consciousness to live on because they are human minds. That is the goal. But there's clearly like ulterior motive with Timothy Oliphant here to make them forget their human selves and just be android.
I wonder, but do you think Timothy Oliphant's like motives are those singular motives? But because Boy Cavalier's actually, whenever that happened, Boy Cavalier's like, actually, no, let me see what's happening here, because he wants to see the limits of like what Wendy can do. So why does Timothy Oliphant's character seem to be just like annoyed by it? I wonder why there is that discrepancy if he's still loyal to Boy Cavalier.
I do wonder that as well. I mean, he himself, I think, clearly is a synthetic through because they can't.
His name is a Kirsch, by the way, Timothy Oliphant, synthetic.
Right on. But yeah, like I think Kirsch is very alternative to Boy. Like it feels like that second in command who feels like I could run this shit way better than this asshole. Because they're out on the mission. And it's just like fear is for animals. You're no longer animals. Press forward, but like they're all still the minds of children. They're afraid of the setting that they're in. Like very clearly, every setting he's in is just like we're here for the mission. Like move forward. Let's bag all of these creatures. They're kind of like Weyland-Yutani. Maybe he's a fucking mole. I don't know. I would be intrigued to see if that's a development. But like Wendy calls in and is like, "Hey, I found Joe." And he's like, "I don't care. Get down here. I need you to do this mission."
Yeah, get to the front of the ship. I don't care about Joe. Yeah, it was wow. I mean, what's Wendy supposed to do with like those 6 eggs? By the way, I'm like, what do you want me to do? It's like carry them. It's like
I don't know. I like that they call that nest an omelet.
Yeah. So yeah, that was just that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm also very very much captivated by the Curse character. And like you said, this idea of the mind and what Wendy's going through. Because yeah, it's like, and by the way, like this body that they put Wendy and the other characters in, are they synthetic bodies or like is it just humans in synthetic, or is there more to that?
It is, from my understanding, it is synthetic creation, an android body, like full on synthetic machine that they've downloaded the human mind into to exist in.
Okay. Yeah, and there's also a line that's like, if we believe it's like, it's not going to be red, right? Like they don't have red blood anymore either. It's going to be white.
It's milk.
Milk, like a synthetic.
Expired milk. Also, like the fact that there are more eggs on the ship is interesting. I'm still quite curious. I've never fully understood the process of the like you see like the nest eggs, right? And there's a light scanner over them and a fog that's like it's like a tripwire basically. And anytime somebody like steps in and breaks it, then the eggs start to open. It's like kind of keeping them dormant. I'm always wondering like where is that coming from? Do the Xenomorphs set that up? Because like even if I think like the Romulus where like they've overrun the ship, that exists. That's there. And I'm like, who placed this? Is it technology? What is it?
I mean, that was first introduced in the first Alien movie, right? As well, like you're saying. I always thought that was like part of the alien ship, but you're right. It's like it's in Romulus as well, and it's in here. I'm like, it can't be part of the ship because once that happened, the alien was like locked in. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah. Unless Weyland-Yutani has cracked the development as well somehow, maybe, I don't know, from previous engagement. I don't know. That's something of lore that's not usually talked about, and I'm curious of it. However,
I'm looking that up right after the podcast. I'm looking that up.
But I am intrigued by the fact that there are more eggs. because the life cycle of the xenomorph is always interesting. Is like, usually we expect like, oh, they're birthed from a queen. However, in the absence of a queen, they can morph. This was from the deleted scene from the first movie, but it's been reincorporated into canon that you can take a human. That's why they're always like sludged up against a wall. It's not just to like morph them and like face hug them and make them prey. It's like they go through a life cycle, like they mold into the egg to birth a new face hugger to make more xenomorphs to continue their colony in the absence of a queen, which is an interesting instance, and is now making me think mayhaps, I don't know if they'll do this because we never properly see this usually, but like maybe that slightly bigger face hugger could be for a queen to birth. Maybe we shall potentially see, because the only time we've really seen like a queen be birthed from a face hug was in the theatrical cut of Alien 3, from a normal face hugger. But I think like a lot of the moving canon forward for the Alien franchise, if they ever stem past said events or they want to reintroduce Sigourney again, because that would be bank for them, is like, and even like back when they were developing Alien 5 from with Neil Blomkamp attached, like the whole idea is like we're gonna ignore 3 and 4. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're still of that mindset today.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it's like 3 and 4 aren't the most beloved.
Full of Halloween, essentially.
Yeah, but you think Sigourney Weaver's a chance though?
I think like this is something I was thinking about, of like if they were to like go for like down the line of bringing back people for the franchise, I think especially in something like Alien vs Predator, like I haven't watched it yet, but I know we recently heard that they've updated the ending of Predator Badlands by taking Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny Glover's characters and putting them in cryo as well.
Oh, you mean Killer of Killers? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's right. And you could very clearly, like, if you wanted to, write into it, they thought us out, put us in gladiator rings, and like they let us stay to fight, and we just have been here for years and gotten older to like our present day age, and they could just like, hey, they're back. Like if they wanted to do like a full round box office hit type thing, because it is kind of surprising. Like of all the Predator things they've done, they've not once tried to get Arnold back. Every time they do Aliens, like we got to get Sigourney back. She died, doesn't matter. We got to get her back.
Yeah, I don't think she needs to be back. Also, in the events of Alien, she's away on the job right now, right? Isn't she away at the mining thing by this point?
She is. But I more so mean like of the idea of like with both franchises now working in the idea of cryostasis, that you could just like have like our main characters that were their young characters like Rain, Andy, our girl from Prey, such as them, have them frozen in cryo. A lot of time passes. Now we're both congruent with ages of everybody, and the events are unfolding together.
And by that point, we could finally get like, if they, again, like you're saying, if they ignore 3 and 4, we could get a true continuation of Newt. That was always like in parts, but never happened.
I would love that, because the actress, who's not really an actress anymore, she's a teacher, but she's still good friends with Sigourney, and she makes like appearances at panels and stuff a lot. I would also, again, please ignore 3, because I would love to get Michael Biehn back as Hicks as well.
I mean, I was going to say they could like just recast. If Newt's still in cryo, wouldn't she still be a kid?
That's true, but I think like I said, for like the idea to work is like everybody is out of cryo so that they can, from the age of aliens, so that they can exist, and we don't have to do weird de-age Romulus tech, right?
Yeah, probably don't want to do that again. And I think I remember there was like conversation with Sigourney after Alien Romulus came out, so you never know. She's going to be in Mandalorian and Grogu, so she's back in the Disney umbrella. They loved her in Defenders. They're like, we need her back. We need her back.
I did a fucking 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon on Twitter the other day, where it was like, oh wait, Ice Age. The tweet was like, Ice Age is canon in the Alien franchise, and I was like, Ice Age, which stars Dennis Leary, who was in The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, who was in No Way Home with Charlie Cox, who was in fucking Defenders with Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney's canon in
it's all connected.
She is the reincarnation.
Right. So yeah, all that is very fascinating. I just love this world building, this whole corporation messiness, this whole, as you're saying, the sci-fi messiness with the Lost Boys and what's the potential of those characters.
Yeah. The
But yeah,
actors do so well at playing
oh yeah.
children.
Let me see if I can get a name here for Wendy's actress because she was really good. Sydney Chandler, phenomenal actress, just like
daughter of
wow,
Kyle.
wow.
I'm not kidding.
You're
this
joking.
isn't a bit. This isn't. Look at Google it.
You're joking.
Google is free. Google's your best friend.
Sydney Chandler. She's 29. She's the same age as me. Oh, Kyle and Catherine Chandler. Wow, Nathan's. Don't know why.
Nathan's telling the truth.
Nathan told the truth for once. What a believable motherfucker. Oh, she's older than me. Her birthday is February 13th. Okay. Wow. Is her brother also in this show too? No kidding. No, doesn't seem like it. But yeah, Sydney Chandler, nepotism wins.
He's done a couple other things.
Probably. But she was really good in the show. I really liked her.
Is it nepotism if I didn't actually know until like yesterday?
Yes. Wendy's brother, she called him Joe, but he goes by Hermit on this.
I think that's his
nickname,
his military code name.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, tactical officer and a medic. But yeah, I love their reunion in the show. I love the character, by the way. I love the Hermit Joe character. A doctor in the wrong place. It's like, get him out of here.
Bones McCoy.
Really? I'm a doctor, damn it.
So I love the scene where like he's trying to get out of his service to go to medical school, and he's talking to the robot, and he's denied application, which makes me think of when Rain was denied. And
right, big Romulus flashbacks here. It's like, can I get out of here? It's like, oh, you have 5 more years left or something like that. Like, oh,
and
shit.
he has 7 months left on his sentence. But that's under Prodigy. That's a whole different company. All to say, they're all the fucking same. They don't care about you. I love that, he's like, before like the quote, he's like, have a heart. And we're talking to machines. Like, this is a very real scary thing of like our world of like everything's jobs are replaced by people who are soulless. It's just like we have way less of a shot at survival for these things.
Right? I don't know if he's a line or it's something I was thinking, but I was like, man, it just sucks. You can't talk to a human being. You're talking to a computer. It's like, can you please lower my sentence? Like, it's a computer. Nothing's going to change. It's like, it's heartless. Right? Like I was experiencing this when I was like, I've been trying to get a house and like calling up banks and places just like, I'm so tired of this fucking operator. I need to talk to a human being so I can talk to them about my situation. It's like being unable to talk to humans, even in our modern day, it's just like, it sucks because everything's getting run over with AI and like automated answers and shit. It's just like, I need to talk to somebody. But yeah, that was very heartbreaking. But yeah, again, that was the first instance where we saw Wendy like bypass the cameras and be able to like speak to Joe. Like it was very fascinating. I was like, oh wow, showcasing like a lot of the potential of these hybrid characters. Totally. But yeah, I love the whole instance of like, okay, so we have the Prodigy Prodigy just like tactical officers entering the crashed ship, as well as the Lost Boys led by Kirsch entering the ship as well to look for, for Wendy to look for her brother, but for Boy Cavalier to look at those specimens and bring them back to Prodigy, not Yutani, because it landed again on Prodigy land, even though it's Yutani's ship. And that's why Yutani was so upset, because she's like, he has jurisdiction, but can you please let me in? He's like, end call, no, goodbye. So that was funny. So yeah, I just love that. And then episode 2 was just full on, and episode 1 too, just a lot of like brutal action, just like we mentioned the handcuff scene, which was like like it very much reminded me like of The Thing, where it's just like your handcuffs to the couch.
I was so worried. I was like, don't crawl in anywhere, please. I don't want to see this.
I thought it would go up his nose or like his eye or something.
The second guy, it was going down his face and he was screaming. I was like, close your mouth.
Right? He's like, oh, I'm like, ah. God.
Do
Yeah.
do you risk going for like let it to like bite it? I don't fucking know.
Just you gotta take the L. Oh, no. I'm not taking the L. I'm breaking my hand or something. I'm like,
something.
I'm dislocating something because there's no way in hell I'm just taking the L. I'm just like, boom. If I had to break my whole arm, my wrist, or something, there's no way, dog. So that was crazy.
Whole saw, just fucking.
So yeah, we talked about the that one, the one with the neck and the blood sac. But also the one with the cat was interesting. They caught that one kind of quickly. But Nathan, there's a fourth one I forgot to mention. The one that's just hanging upside down or like whatever.
Yeah,
what is this thing?
We haven't fully seen yet.
I'm nervous.
It seems plant-like in nature, which fucking Venus flytrap for all we know.
One of my favorite lines was played by Timothy Olyphant's character. He's like, flora and fauna, like
since it's flora, but it might be fauna.
Keep an
eye on this while I go. I'm like, what the fuck is it? They have no training. They're children.
Yeah. One of the kids just like looking up close to it. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, oh my God.
Again, they're children. But what I find even more interesting is like, they're doing like that fucking thing, and they're like looking, and then the other girl's like, "Hey, come here," just nonchalantly, no, come here. Like he's focused, but like he has to walk away, and he's just like all right. It's just like, it might kill you,
right? He had no fear whatsoever.
So like,
yeah,
this would be like an interesting thing, like turned on its head though. Is like, hey, maybe we pick up a species that's not terrible, like that's not a killer, maybe.
I want to show Alien or everything and get Dolores from Jurassic Park over here. It's like,
I don't know, but just like statistically, there's a possibility that like maybe we do find the one species that's not awful.
Maybe. Highly doubt.
There's still 4 others that are terrible, and the xenomorph that sucks.
Yeah. Maybe the xenomorph is the friend we made all along the way.
Maybe our secret ally in the end, Evan. You don't know.
Xenomorph versus all the other aliens would be pretty badass. That would be pretty cool.
That would be. I'm more scared to see like what happens like if that fucking like invasive eye thing hits the xenomorph. What if it like takes over? If it can, there's no eyes on it though.
I'm not saying xenomorph has no eyes, so it's like
it has no eyes, but it does have like eye sockets under the skull, which in the anatomy of it.
It does.
Yeah, there's no eyes, but there are eye sockets. It's like it has a human face skull that's elongated. Because it always takes the anatomy of whatever it chest bursts out of. That's always the thing. However, acid blood, never mind.
Yeah,
perfect organism can't be killed.
So yeah, that creature was just very disgusting because like we haven't seen the full potential of it yet, and I'm extremely terrified of what it might become or what it actually is.
Yeah. Or if it like correctly bonds with a human and plays the part.
Yeah. So yeah, throughout this, the Morrow character, the black synthetic science officer working for Yutani, is doing everything it can to capture the alien.
That like a bag spray he has, I was like, that's wow.
Yeah.
It can break out of it. However, the stun gun, I'm like, damn, that was effective. Holy shit, that was effective. That is the most effective thing I've ever seen against these things. Put that in Isolation 2, please.
Right, I need that gun. Yeah, put that in the DLC pack, please. Because,
it's going to be like your third act, like 12-hour in gameplay upgrade. You're not going to get it for a while.
Super big stun gun. Or, aliens, like, those have like these huge military guns, which aren't easily accessible at all. Yeah. But yeah, those would be helpful as well. But yeah, you're right. Like that stun gun did great work for the alien. But again, like even if you stunned it, like how do you kill it unless you have like again one of those like big Gatling guns to just like rip it to shreds. Otherwise, the stun gun and the whole cage, thing was very, very useful. But again, it got out very quickly. I assumed like if the people didn't show up to arrest Morrow, that he would have just probably stunned it again and kept on dragging it.
Probably. That is like an unsettling thought of like it's waking up in the elevator.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it's like stun, zap, keep on dragging it. Stun, zap.
Also, like, I know he's like has some cyborg enhancements, but the fact that he could just like one hand drag that thing behind him, I'm like, how?
He is super strong, super strong.
He's got those power quads.
So what happened with Morrow again? Because that at the towards the elevator shaft, it killed the people that came up to him. It nearly killed him. Did the episode end there? What happened after that? Did it?
No, he was about to get got by the xenomorph, and then like some more troops came up the stairs and was like, "The fuck is that?" And then it caught their attention, and it ran away. And so
It
now
ran away.
now he's once again without the very thing he's trying to capture. So he's still on the hunt for it.
Okay. Oh, you're right. And then the last thing that happened was the alien taking Nemec and running away. Keep saying Nemec. Sorry, guys.
Joe.
You know what I mean? Joe.
You always
Mighty Joe Young. So yeah, that was fascinating. Trying to look what else, but yeah, all the kills are very fascinating. One of my favorite sequences is when Joe and the other two first meet the alien creature. The fact that he was like running away, getting in, just the running sequence into the elevator shaft. That elevator door opening and closing was the fastest elevator door I've ever seen. He got super lucky. He was just like punch it, got in, closed it, and then the alien was just like pounding. That's terrifying.
This might be the outside of Ripley, the luckiest character to encounter Zero, because he's had 3 encounters at this point, and he's alive.
He was alive, Nathan. The fact that he's over his head, dripping drool on him, not acid or anything. Like this guy is extremely lucky. Extremely lucky.
It makes me think I think he has to get severely wounded on this next encounter, and will need the transfer, because there's no way you get this lucky 3 times. Even Ripley died. Like you can't.
Right? Yeah.
That was a sacrifice, but yeah.
So what do you think happened? Like, are we gonna wake up? Are we gonna go to the next episode and he's gonna be like against the wall? Like
he's probably gonna be glued against the wall, kind of like
when that happens, is there an automatic assumption that there's a facehugger on him, or how does it work again?
It's 50-50 depending. Like if they're stationed by an egg, if it's open, they're probably done. If it's not, there might be some time, but it might be opening now, or maybe they're just pinned up and they could be in that cocoon process to become an egg. Kind of like Isabel Mersad in Romulus she was pinned, but she wasn't infected until the injection.
But wasn't she pregnant with an alien?
She was just pregnant with a normal child, and then after she got attacked by an alien, and she was bleeding out, and it was like, statistics say this does heal, and then we cut to the fucking rat that was mutated, and it was like, oh no, don't take it.
Yeah,
but she does.
It doesn't heal. Yeah. Okay. I can't. Yeah, we gotta do our Alien Romulus commentary. I'm so excited. I haven't seen that since theaters.
So
oh yeah. So yeah, what else do you want to talk about from the episode? I just, in general, I loved all the action sequences with the alien. Those were very stellar, very intense. Again, I like the claustrophobic vibe of this like crash Maginot setting. Which is very, again, nostalgic, intense. Some of the direction from this was directed by Noah Hawley, right? The first episode. So some great direction, as you've always talked about, for the action and for the slow horror sequences.
I don't really remember anything from the trailers for things coming up, except I remember one shot. There is a shot where it's our cyborg guy who's hunting the xenomorph. Morrow. And he's like has his headband with glowing wires attached to him, and he looks to be like under extreme stress and sweating, and I don't know what he's hooked up to. I don't know what the scene's gonna be.
That's when he's watching Clark Kent's backstory.
That's right.
I see everything.
The xenomorph's not here for a harem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very intrigued to see like what happens moving forward. As soon as the alien escapes that apartment complex and is out in the world, is going to be a whole like level of untapped potential of what's going to happen. Because for all we know, Evan, by the end of this, Earth might be lost. We don't know. Like anything's possible.
The only time we've seen Earth is Alien 4, right?
Alien Resurrection, and it's like nuked.
Yeah.
Probably because maybe the alien did make its way back. And just overwhelmed the Earth. Like they're in Paris and like fucking half of the Eiffel Tower is like decrepit and gone, and everything's in rubble.
They come back and they're like, "You dang dirty apes."
Even before that, they were like, nobody goes back there. It's a broken, it's gone.
Right. So yeah, that's super interesting for the upcoming episodes. Again, going into this, in terms of like storylines and character arcs, I liked how Joe's reaction was initially disbelief towards seeing his sister. Really gets to like the emotion of this series so far for me, at least. Like, again, the road building is really strong. Wendy's a very strong character. But I was like, what's the emotional grip? What's the emotional through line for this season? I believe it's going to be a multi-season show if it's successful. But I'm like, okay, we got it now. And we got it. Joe and Wendy's dynamic, this brother-sister dynamic is going to be very strong. I love their reaction. The way he kept asking her questions that only she would know was very sweet and endearing. I love that. But then, wow, he's just taken away from us so quickly. Again, I think he's going to live. So I'm very curious to see how that dynamic falls through. Nathan's prediction that like he might need to turn into a hybrid is very possible. Very, very possible. I would not highly doubt that possibility.
I just thought of it on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. So yeah, I don't have too much to say. This was excellent. Sorry
to interrupt. Kirsch's character. These synthetics are always so nefarious. So I'm like, obviously he's like a very interesting character. It's Tim the Elephant. So yeah, I'm very curious to see like what his agenda is. There's 6. I'd have to get like 6 aliens in one season. Do they kill this alien in the 3rd episode, but then like the subsequent other aliens also hatch and cause havoc as well? I don't know. Possibly.
Maybe. There's a whole interesting essence of the fact that like since they are all most of our main characters are synthetic, that they're not facehugger targets. Like facehuggers know not to attack because it's pointless and a waste of themselves. However, Joe is very susceptible, and that's like the biggest like ticking clock with it all is like, oh no, what's going to happen here? But yeah, will this be a thing where like they've successfully detained the area and Boy's like, let's bring everything out. Oh, there's some eggs here, let's bring in the research. Fine, because he's very just like nonchalant about everything. Like even sending them in, he has an advisor there, and he's like, even one loss of one of our units, the children, is like would be such a huge financial blow. And he's like, all right, well, don't lose one. He's like, I feel like we're losing at least one for the record, but also, holy shit, like you're just that confident. Again, no training these kids. Like they're human, yes, but they're children.
Yeah, no training, but I'm also like already super. How do I say, like super connected with them? I don't want these kids, especially the one redhead girl. She was like, I don't want to be anywhere near here anymore. Like she wants to go home. So it's very interesting, very very interesting.
I do like there was a great shot where she pulls off a paper cutter for a sword, but then she like puts it on her back with no strap. It's just magnetized. That was cool.
Yeah, so cool. Love that. She's badass. We're gonna see that sword go to work in the next episode, hopefully. But yeah, also some of the reviews have said like, again, I love the first 2 episodes. Some people have said like it goes slow, and then the rest of the season might be slow, but like so far so great for me.
Did you watch the first Alien? That's what this vibe is.
Yeah, like Alien has never been like the most fast-paced kind of
Let's watch Alien.
Yeah. So I'm very curious about that, the world building, the political landscape. Very, very great premiere so far.
It's really funny with this franchise. Our Strikes Back of this franchise. For Alien, it's like, oh, this is the Alien and Aliens, the best of both bits you want from it. This is what they see for every new installment of like that's a success.
Exactly. Yeah, it has everything fans want. But yeah, so let's move on. Let's close out the show with some movie news. So first off, we have some DCU updates during the premiere of Peacemaker Season 2. This guy. James
we got a problem?
Gunn. I love it. James Gunn has finished writing the treatment for the next super family movie, and is hoping to start. DCU update says start filming very soon. He didn't say filming. He says he wants to start production, probably just start pre-production on it.
Sure.
Because I doubt it. But like, I'm shocked how quick James is like willing to share this information. It's given the illusion that like this could be Superman 2025, Supergirl 2026, and maybe as soon as 2027. We could see this next super family movie. If he's already writing and willing to share how far he's writing, that he already wrote, past tense, wrote a treatment for the next super family film. On top of that, David Zaslav was perfectly willing to announce in one of his like investor calls about last week about like, oh yeah, James Gunn is writing the next movie in the Superman saga. Like they're Zaslav, James Gunn, Safran, they're all announcing it as like a Superman saga film. That's very, very exciting.
Am I gonna have a Kryptonian trilogy before Brave and the Bold even releases?
I think so.
Let alone the Batman 2.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a chance we can get Superman, Supergirl, and Superman 3, whatever it's called, before the Batman Part 2, which is wild. But like, that could happen.
Fucking Oppenheimer. Fucking.
But yeah, James again is just so willing to share this information. Like I'm getting the essence that like again, he said in the past, it isn't directly a Superman sequel. Superman is a very major character in it. But again, Superman saga, Superman like event. So it's very, very exciting as somebody who has loved the first Superman movie from this year.
Absolutely. I just before the stream, I watched the hour BTS that they released, the bonus feature making of Superman. That
it's 1 hour.
Yeah, it's about an hour. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know for why Warner Brothers did this. It's unlisted. But if I give you the link, you can watch it. And I will.
Please do.
Absolutely. I had to get it through our Instagram group chat. Alden shared it.
Is it 1 hour of just Clark and Lois making out on set?
It's one of the chapters.
Okay.
This is broken into chapters, but it is it's really captivating. It's like a very like involved. It's not just like your casual like, oh, we're just we're happy to make it Superman. And it's like, oh, look at that great take, guys. Oh, just all the costume would fit right on the first try. They actually get into that. It's like of the costume thing. You're like, David's like, there is no like first time like, oh wow, I'm in the costume, because they're constantly developing it like through productions. Like the first time it's like baggy and like in two parts, and it's not. And after like the 50th fitting, you're like, oh, it's starting to come together. Okay, but
That's
there's
so
never
cool.
like there's no like the Spider-Man who just like, oh, day one in the suit, and like wow.
Yeah.
Which I found very captivating. Stuff like that. They go into like the development of Clark and Lois relationship, the whole like breakdown of like the interview in the apartment, which is like, it is a 15-minute scene. They even like did like a time lapse of it, like going through like without a cut for like what the raw footage was, and it's like a fucking 15-minute movie. You don't feel like it's 15 minutes, but it is, and it's crazy.
Not at all.
It's so good. They go into so much of that, but the biggest thing, the thing that's going around in clips right now is the big like Superman speech that he gives Lex at the very end of the movie, and the direction with James Gunn and David on set. It's so good, and it's even better when you're watching in the full span of the doc. Just the full breakdown of the development, and there's some like shitheads who are like, James doesn't know how to direct properly to get to an actor, and it's like that's not the case at all. Especially when you watch this, it's they're both of them are recounting. They're separate interviews, but they're recounting the events, and they're joyously telling the memory of it, which is David's like, I just want to understand like why he would be saying all this after getting that reassurance from Pa Kent, because it's like, shouldn't he like already like believe what he's feeling? This feels like he's trying to prove it. And then James is talking about it, and James like, I love David, but like he asks questions,
so many questions.
Nonstop. Yeah. He was like, of course I do. I'm from the theater. I have to know.
Theater kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was said like before the movie came out, when it came out that like James and David like got into heated discussions, and James was like, sometimes I just had to tell him just to shut up. And like, it's very funny, but like it was met in such an amicable way.
It really is, and it's so wonderful when you're watching this, because the actual like context of it is like they did the scene, and like they did like the first take, and James was like, worried, like, is this monologue going to work? Because like I believe the words are right, but like, and I believe David can sell it, but like, is this going to fully work like in the moment? And David does like a first take, and James is like, that was amazing. Like to himself, he's like, that was amazing. I'm just like, okay, yeah, just like let's just for the hell of it, let's try it again, do a little bit more intensity. And David does it like right away. And James is like, that was even better. Like this is wonderful. Just okay, just try to yeah, just go one more time, same intensity. And that's when David starts to like stumble a bit because now he's getting self-conscious about his performance of it. James is just trusting him full 100% in the scene, but David's like questioning like, well,
Oh,
fuck,
wow.
am I giving him what he's wanting? And that's why he's asking the questions and stuff. And then they get
Okay.
into a little debate. But then even after that, they show James watching the scene unfold because that's like they're doing the full performance of the scene because it's a multi-cam setup. That's how sets work. But like he's doing the full speech and you're just watching James watch the monitor and he's getting very emotional watching it come to fruition. And by the time they yell cut, like he's like welling with tears. They cut over to Peter Safran, who's also on set. He's starting to cry as well. It's very emotional moment and it's so movie magic to watch. It's so good.
Wow. Yeah, definitely send me that link. I'd love to watch it this weekend.
Totally.
Yeah, just the whole production of this movie is a work of art. It's so much fun. You can tell James just again, we talk about it, arguably the best comic book director, and it's
Mm.
scenes like this that really help reaffirm that. But yeah, what do you think? I've seen a lot of Brainiac with the Superman saga movie. I know we've had some theories weekly now at this point, but like it's seeming more likely. Like James is setting up some kind of big event. And I wonder how many other like Justice Society characters are going to be in this movie. If we already have like Hawk Girl, Green Lantern, all of the other characters in the first one, Mr. Terrific, how many more people is going to add for a Superman saga third film here? It's just super, super interesting. But also, Nathan, given that he said this at the Peacemaker event, James Gunn has said there will be lots of guest stars in Peacemaker season 2 to help set up the DCU, and he wanted to release the digital version of the digital Superman movie before Peacemaker season 2 because it's all coming together. It's all one big through line. It's all very important.
Yeah.
He said like Peacemaker basically a sequel to Superman. So
Yeah, and while I do find it unfortunate that like Superman he's only been in theaters for a month, and now
yeah,
it's coming to release. That's way too quick. Like that's usually like the underperformers do, 3
exactly.
weeks
It's
to a
like
month.
35 days. It didn't even get the 45-day window, which is crazy.
Right. But then I think I did see a quote from James as well that was like, there's a lot of shiftings in productions. I thought Peacemaker was going to come out in September, so I thought we'd have a bit more time for theatrical. But I do want people to see this who didn't make it to the theater before Peacemaker. That's also like a hell of a lot of confidence for people to believe in people that are like oh man, Superman. Check out this Peacemaker thing of a season 2, no less. But like, it is a popular show for sure. But like to have the confidence in the art that you're making is really nice to see as well.
For sure. And I think the confidence is well founded given every single reaction to Peacemaker in Superman, the cameo. After I saw it 3 times now, every single time that gets a pop, every single
Yeah.
time. So it's like they know people watching this movie. It's about to make over $600 million. It is a success across the board.
Nice.
So I am very happy for James Gunn. This is the first step in the DCU and starting
Mhm.
off very well. James Gunn has
Totally.
also said this week that he is trying to bring back the GOAT, Idris Elba, as Bloodsport. He is trying to find a way to fit him into the DCU
See,
actively.
this was my theory I was having is like, so we're at a weird crossroads, right? With like continuity with the DCU and the new DCU.
Yep.
Um, and the Suicide Squad was like no different in that realm because like there's a like the rap sheet, they're doing the rap sheets again in the Suicide Squad with like everybody that's in prison, and they get to Bloodsport, and it's like, oh, why is he in it? Well, he shot Superman with the kryptonite bullet. And at the time, it was like, oh, he shot Henry Cavill. God damn. I wish I could see Henry again. But now in this new context, I was sitting here to myself like a month ago, and I was like, did he shoot David Superman? It's
Yeah,
possible
it's
because
possible. It's
because
been three
people
years,
were like,
right?
Yeah, because people were like on the fence of like if that's possible because they were like, but the crawl says he just lost his first fight, my brain was like, it didn't have to be a fight. He could just got the jump on him. Like he shot
Yeah,
him. That's it.
yeah,
It doesn't have to be crazy.
yeah. It didn't say like he shot Superman. Superman fell to the ground. Yeah, he probably shot Superman. Clink, like, like it probably bounced off his forehead. Like, yeah, he shot him, and he lived to tell the day. Like, so.
Yeah. They also like explain that kryptonite's in short supply in this movie, which like baby Bloodsport got the last of it. Anything's possible here.
Oh, that'd be so cool! Like a Bloodsport kryptonite side story against David Superman. That would be very, very cool. I could definitely see that. Because, like, do we know how Bloodsport got into prison? Was it after the Superman shot? Like, it could have been the one whole cause and effect, where he shot Superman, failed, and Superman brought him to.
That's at the very least. I think that's why he's in. That's at the very.
Okay.
I mean, he's not obviously he's like a fucking assassin. But you know, that was like the biggest thing that Waller was naming on the rap sheet.
Okay. So yeah, we could definitely James Gunn could fit that in, whether it's in Peacemaker or whether it's in Creature Commandos or something. Like just put in a little side story of how he got thrown into Argus. But yeah, along the Suicide Squad line, James Gunn also said in the same EW article, it will be revealed, quote, down the line if Margot Robbie will return to play Harley Quinn. So James Gunn said, quote, again, it will be revealed down the line. You know, that's it. But Margot Robbie, from her take, she said, I think this was last year or something like that. When I forget her last movie, but she was doing press for something. They asked her about Harley Quinn, and she said like she was exhausted from doing it because she filmed the Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey back to back, and she was like that was exhausting. But now she says like it's 2025, and she's very excited to come back whenever they're ready.
I think,
so it's been a minute.
They have like cleaner production schedules now for anything like that moving forward with her. So
yeah, because I think Birds of Prey was that 20. When did that movie come out? 2021. 2020. 2020. And Suicide Squad was like 1 year later.
February 2020. Horrible time.
God. So and Suicide Squad came out shortly after that. So it's like just a year of playing that character. From an actor perspective, I can see why that would get super exhausting. But yeah, it's been like 4 years since then. So I'm very curious to see when and where she could possibly show up. It gives me confidence that like they wouldn't recast that in particular, because it's just such a perfect casting. You can't beat it. Like it's Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I wouldn't want to see it any other way.
Absolutely. It does. That's just I really need to get season 2 of Peacemaker just to know like where are we in continuity with old and new stuff, because I know James already said like the very ending of Peacemaker with the season 1 with the Justice League cameo isn't canon. It's like okay, but like if I'm rewatching these shows, James, what are we doing? I know he's also doing recap podcast right now with each episode to explain what is and isn't canon in those. So I mean, I could watch all those individually, or hopefully we can get like a list from somebody to like here's what is and isn't.
I think he hasn't revealed anything like from season 1 that's clarifying some things. But season 2, he said like each episode is going to be more and more telling of what's actually has carried over.
And a big thing like with season 2 is like you're gonna want to watch recaps, at least the first recap for like previously on Peacemaker, so like you're familiar. Like here's what you need, here's what is. Here we go.
Exactly. But yeah, that's about it for the DCU news. Peacemaker season 2 comes out next Thursday, August 21st, and subsequently it'll be every Thursday from here on out. So August 21st, August 28th. And from then on, I think it is an 8-episode season again. I can't see anything else here, but yeah, I think it's 8 episodes every Thursday. So we can be doing these reviews for Alien Earth and Peacemaker every Friday, maybe over the weekend. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm excited because Peacemaker season 1 was excellent. Such a big surprise. So I can't wait for that. Just smaller movie news before we wrap up here. There's a new Final Destination movie in development here. You're the best. Laurie Evans Taylor, who wrote Final Destination Bloodlines, is coming back to write the script for the next Final Destination movie. It is now officially in the works. this is fantastic news. Bloodlines is the most successful Final Nation movie, making, I think they said like twice or 3 times as much as the previous highest grossing Final Nation movie. So again, Laurie Evans Taylor's coming back. Not sure on the director, but Warner Brothers and New Line are very happy about this year's Final Destination.
Right on. I still need to see Bloodlines. I wanted to do like we were going to do like the full series, but then we didn't do any in time other than the first one.
Yes.
But I still kind of want to like visit them all before I hit Bloodlines again. But I heard nothing but great things. I really haven't I haven't seen anything other than what was marketed, which you know, they had a whole trailer off of like what happens to like the dude hanging from the tattoo parlor, and they keep the big thing in the marketing was the tower, and it's on the posters, but even that it was like so chopped and I don't know what the whole domino effect of that is, and then everything else in the movie. I haven't seen a clip. I have not seen a screenshot, which I'm thankful for. I'm sure there's great stuff in it.
Very happy for that. So yeah, we definitely got to go into our Final Destination commentary, continue that, because those movies are excellent. They're very, very fun. Again, it's my favorite horror franchise next to Scream. So love these movies. I'm so happy that it came back after so many years, and it was a big success. This is such a endless possibility type of franchise. And Bloodlines, what?
Now if I could also get Saw to continue, like we were,
right?
Like what a great return, and they're just like, oops,
we're done. Yeah, what a great return, and so much fun possibilities. And then it's like, oh yeah, back to not back, but just we're going to Blumhouse now. So
yeah, so at least that's like settled. But like also that's kind of potentially exciting because James Wan works under Blumhouse now, and maybe if he gets re-involved into that series, that he's the one to kick off, could be interesting.
Yeah. And then lastly, Deadline reports as of Skydance officially joining Paramount. That came out, was it this week or last week? But the deal has been set. Paramount has officially joined with Skydance. Skydance has teamed up with Paramount on tons of other films, including the Star Trek movies. But officially, they are now it's officially going to be called Paramount/Skydance. They're going to be partnered together for a very long time. And along with this partnership, Deadline announced that Paramount's movie priorities under new Skydance ownership include Top Gun 3 and a new Star Trek. Top Gun 3, this is, we knew this was coming. Top Gun 2 is one of the biggest, pop culture events of 2022 and of the 2020s in general. It's instantly one of my favorite movies of the decade and one of my favorite movies ever. I love Top Gun Maverick. I've seen it tons of times at this point. I don't know where you can go, but man.
I think I've seen it either 2 or 3 times now. Because I saw it when we saw it together. I have not commentaried these yet. We really need to.
We do.
I rewatched it again on the plane.
Nice.
And I'm like, I'm gonna cry around these people. Fuck.
How long was that New Jersey plane ride?
Not long enough.
It didn't seem that long. New Jersey to Florida is like, what is that? 4 hours, if that.
It's only like 2.5. Like not even. Just over 2. So like they did the trench run and they finished the trench and then Tom got shot down and it's like we landed. So I was like, okay, I'll pick this up at home, which is funny because I went to my digital library thinking I could hit continue. It was like, oh, I watched it on a plane seat. Fuck, I had to fast forward.
That's weird. That's funny.
But it's fantastic. Like it also hits incredibly hard after the passing of Val Kilmer, unfortunately. But he's such a delight in it. And like everybody is, it's so magical, that movie. Like the dynamics are so real,
right? And the cast, like we always talk about it, but like the cast has gone on to do phenomenal things. Like what's her name? She's going out with Andrew Garfield now. From Complete Unknown, the actress. That'd be wild.
From A Complete Unknown.
Is it Monica something? I keep thinking of Monica. Oh yeah, Monica Barbara. There we go. Monica Barbaro from Top Gun. Yeah, she's going out with Andrew Garfield now. But Monica Barbaro, Louis Pullman, right? Glenn Powell, right?
My
Danny
God.
Danny Ramirez, Falcon. So it's like
Yeah.
these people have gone to do crazy things. So when they come back, they're going to be even more famous than when they first were just side characters in Top Gun Maverick.
I forget, but our boy who's the sidekick of Shea Wiggum in the last.
Oh yeah, Tarzan. Yeah,
Tarzan. Yeah. He was in there. I was like, what the fuck?
it's crazy.
Like, McCory, I see you, and the producer.
And they cut all his lines, but Manny Jacinto was in Top Gun Maverick.
But I saw they have like on the wall like photos of all their crews, and I saw Manny. I was like, Manny's in this. He's not.
Yeah, like, they cut all his line. I'm like, ah. But maybe he could come back in the sequel and be like a prominent character following the Acolyte. That'd be fun.
I hope so. He's in Freakier Friday right now, and that's getting very well reception. So if people could just like see him,
he's one of the best actors. Like, come on, guys. That'd be very cool. Yep, save the Acolyte, please. There's still a chance. So I would, again, I'm worried for Top Gun 3 because Top Gun Maverick was it feels like a lightning in a bottle legacy sequel to me. But it worked for like Creed 2 and Creed 3. Those other like legacy sequels. So it's like I'm excited to see what they can accomplish with Top Gun 3. And if Tom Cruise is devoted to doing it, if he's confident in it, same thing with Joseph Kosinski, who did F1, which I really, really, really like. I think they can crack something good here with Top Gun 3. I mean, again, you have Glenn Powell, Miles Teller. Like the possibilities are kind of endless. I mean, is it going to have enough heart as Top Gun Maverick? I don't know, but if they can capture just a sliver of it, I'll be on board for it because those vibes for Top Gun Maverick are magical.
It is. I never doubt Miles Teller's an actor, but with how often I keep getting comments on I fucking say that again video, like in my brain, and even in like replies, I'll see somebody like bring up randomly like it's fantastic, like in whatever tweet related to whatever hero or whatever movie, and then people are immediately replying with his face. So it's just he's so imprinted in my brain now. And then I went to go watch this, and I'm like, of course, this man is like Oscar-worthy level act. This man's awesome.
He's really, really good. Like Miles Teller is excellent. Whiplash, I watch it like every year, and he's just excellent.
There's one specific shot in Maverick where like it's the beach scene where like they're playing football, and like it's like perfect golden hour sunset, and like he's like perfectly caught, and then he does like that fucking like wiggle dance real quick, and I'm like, that is such a specific like perfectly framed shot. Like I don't think you could just like do another take. I feel like he just naturally did that, and we got lucky.
Right? Like, holy shit. Like, it's just, that's why the movies are so insanely perfect. Like,
I remember in trailers too, and I was like, I would put that in the trailer too. That's a great shot.
So that's super exciting. And then, of course, lastly, another high priority for Skydance owned Paramount is Star Trek. Let's go.
Yeah, is this Kelvin time on
Star Trek? Here we go. So, as of right now, they are developing a film that includes brand new characters from Andor director Toby Haynes, with Toby Haynes to direct with Seth Graham and Simon Kimberger, J.J. Abrams. But again, that's Toby Haynes, again, a director from Andor. Very, very good. That's an original story, new characters. They are also have another installment with Captain Kirk, Spock, and the rest of the usual characters returning from the Abrams producing movies. So there, again, just the possibility of two different movies. One completely different, one with our returning characters. I need it to happen. Like, come on. All these actors are old as fuck now. They're not like old, but like, Chris Pine is still Chris Pine. But like, just give them one last run.
Rewatching, my first time watching in Dungeons and Dragons, seeing it, he feels quite youthful.
He does, yeah. Dungeons and Dragons was like what 2023? This just 2 years ago. So yeah. So he's still killing it.
This project, Evan. I love. I get scared, but this specific era of the franchise got me into Star Trek.
Me too.
And that's being I
Yeah.
I so need to see more of them because I remember like I finally like because my stupid child brain was like, you can't watch Star Wars and Star Trek. Fucking
Right. Same here, man.
but then I even remember it was like back when like Netflix in the mail. My dad got '09 Star Trek and they were watching it in the living room and I was like in my room, but like I came out real quick just to see like it was like the cold open in the space battle and I was like, oh. And my dad was like, you can come watch it, and I'm like, that's all right. I keep looking, and then like a couple years later, I finally just like popped it in myself, and I was like, "That's fucking magic!" Like so much to the point that like gearing up to like my big area of like watching every new movie trailer for any movie with 2013, build up to Into Darkness was coming, and I was already a big Benedict Cumberbatch fan from Sherlock. That was even pre Doctor Strange. Sherlock, I was a big fan of. And like he was coming, even though people are like lukewarm on it, and Wrath of Khan comparisons. I still had a phenomenal time with it, and I had seen Wrath of Khan by that time. But I just feeling the hype of the build up to it was like so good, and then swinging over to Beyond, I was like another fun adventure. Let's go! Can't wait to see 10 more of these. I didn't, but damn, was Beyond so fun.
Beyond is excellent. I love Beyond so much. It's an underrated movie because it didn't do well at the box office, but I loved it.
My first and only time seeing this, seeing a Star Trek in IMAX, which was great. I mean, the whole fucking needle drop sabotage climax in IMAX is great.
I never saw it in IMAX, but I would love it if they re-released 2009 Star Trek and Into Darkness and Beyond, all back in IMAX.
Bring back marathons for the record. I miss them.
Right. I mean, they're doing so many re-releases this decade, like Spider-Man movies, Star Wars movies.
There's so many right now. Shin Godzilla came out tonight. The re-release. There tomorrow you can go see the '90s TMNT, which is a classic. There's like quite a bit of like.
There's a lot.
Jaws 50th is happening at the end of the month.
Yeah, and it's like they're always releasing Lion King some every year. It feels like.
Yeah. I got to see it in theaters. I was like, this is magic. Even I was in like one of the small auditoriums, but even then I was like, fuck, this looks great.
Right. So again, I would really hope they re-release movies like Star Trek, because 2009 Star Trek, again, it's my favorite movie of that year. I remember seeing it in theaters and being gobsmacked.
You watched it happen. You saw it happen.
I was like, I think I first fell in love with Chris Pine too. I'm like, this guy's amazing. I want to watch everything he does. So yeah, it was.
Went into Wonder Woman. I was like, oh, for Star Trek.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's about it for movie news. I'm excited to see what Skydance Paramount comes up. Paramount, with their new ownership, they laid off a lot of people. Not great. That's the sins of like companies coming together. Same thing happened with like Fox and Disney. So that obviously it bears mentioning that that's awful. That's just the movie business, though. But on the entertainment side, I am excited for these future projects, and excited for more Alien Earth as well. But yeah, that's about it.
Right on. Yeah, I think that is about it. However, Evan, what if I told you we have news?
What do you got? Anything?
Nothing. I made this on that too. No. That's not true. That's not true. There's interesting little bits happening with Spider-Man, kind of. Obviously, it's like the same stuff. However, Punisher's on set right now. They're filming stuff with his van. That's kind of interesting. But there has been like interesting rumor of potential characters that are popping up. And from the descriptors of the two characters, it sounds like we may be getting in this film the characters of Silver Samurai and Viper for some reason. I don't know why. Wow. They were developed once in the Wolverine, James Mangold's first outing with Logan, and to not the correct way, but from all the descriptors that like are labeling between the characters that are around on the set and like the potential castings of them point that it might be them, which like Spider-Man has had run-ins with Silver Samurai time and again here and there. it just makes me wonder what is the functionality of them in the plot, and because there's like appears to be so many characters popping up into the Spider-Man movie, like we're all very excited, like traditional ground level Spider-Man with a sprawling cast.
Yeah, so we have confirmed like Punisher and the Hulk, Spider-Man himself, but yeah, Silver Samurai and and Scorpion, of course. Silver Samurai and what was the other one you mentioned?
Viper.
Viper. I haven't even heard those rumors, but those hopefully could just be a first act opening incident thing with the tank. Maybe that could just be the case. It's like takes them down, and then Scorpion becomes like the main villain throughout. Hopefully, just like a universe building type of like introduction to those characters. He's not physically fighting Silver Samurai or whatever. But you're right, they did cast. There was like the casting rumor early on in production about like they needed like an older female. Remember that? So that could definitely tie into things as well. We'll see what happens there. There's always rumors going around every day now still with the Sadie Sink character. She's on set. Nope, that's somebody else. Nope, that's somebody else. Oh, it's happening. It's like, God.
Somebody floated the rumor that she's blonde on set, but there's no photo yet. And I will say it's not every Gwen Stacy live action has been a redhead, which is funny. But we'll see. I don't know. We will see. There's also rumor floating around that Joe Keery has an involvement as potentially Harry Osborn.
Harry Osborn.
Yeah, which wouldn't be terrible. I feel like he would be a good fit with Tom.
Yeah, I can't remember if that was like taken down or not taken down, but just like reported against recently. But either way, just a possibility. We can discuss it because it's like we've talked about it. Like, did they write themselves into a hole with the Osborn of it all, which is like his bad interaction with Norman in No Way Home? Does that ruin any potential further chances of seeing Norman and Harry? And it's like we talked about it on air on this podcast before that like you can write it that he knows the potential, but these are different characters who could easily, in his mind, be good. You could be initially skeptical, and then they do every single thing right, and you're like, for at least one movie, and you're like, okay, maybe these Osborns are good, but then something bad happens to Harry, and Norman, unfortunately, turns bad because what happens to his son. And that's usually the kind of Normans we get. Like you either get your Norman who's very like automatically bad, or you get the one from like, again, one of my favorite shows of the year, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, where he seems to just be a very good guy, but he is a businessman doing just like unethical things at times, but he is a straight-laced kind of person until like, just like his businesses and like his connection to Peter and his son, who can like turn him more nefarious in the future. That's the kind of Norman I would like to see. But yeah, on the offset, Joe Keery would be a fine Harry if they ever decided to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. However, I can't deny it. Like the idea of Coleman Domingo as a live action Norman as well. Amazing. What an idea. What a picture.
What a picture. I would adore it. It could still work. Harry could be his stepson, adopted. I don't know. It could work. Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting seeing the developments of things on that set. I'm very. They just wrapped in Glasgow, so they're done with the production there. They're going to be I think starting production in London now. With stuff.
I don't know if it was you or Edgar in the group chat, but you guys had me down. I took a nap after work today, and I woke up, and the group chat is like, "Those are some very good pictures, maybe too good."
I think Edgar.
That was hilarious.
Those are really good pictures. Like
that's really good.
Like, that's just a Sony exec who's like, "We're not going to like play the leak angle, but go ahead and put that out."
It was very fun. I'm like, yeah, these are really good. Like, really good.
I know there's like shutter speeds, but like damn well Tom's like constantly moving. How do you not have like the blur at all?
Yeah, no blur effect. It's very like Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Clark Kent, Superman-esque, where it's like, is he taking his own pictures?
Yeah. but otherwise, I didn't make a graphic for this one. But like a last little bit of like in the rumor mill, this and source from Cosmic Circuit, which Cosmic Circus with. We've talked about the rumors before. Whether it was true or not. Grain of salt's all that.
Fun discussion.
This is in regards to Avengers Doomsday and the teams, the split teams that are going to be involved into the film, which Infinity War was a film of teams, so but in the list that they have the new Avengers, the Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Sam Wilson's Avengers, which at the time of who we have from like the chair announcements officially would be Sam as Cap, new Falcon, Shang-Chi, Thor, Shuri, Black Panther, and Ant-Man for his side of things, presumably.
I guess we still need Ant-Man.
Sure we do. Come on, he got us the win and game with the Quantum Realm, man. Anyway, sure. There's also obviously the X-Men of like classic casting it has an involvement. But
how they get involved is so weird.
But also in the list they have a Team Loki, it says. Like something from Loki, which I don't know if that's just the TVA or if that's like Mobius. I don't know.
Give Mobius a break. He better not be in Doomsday. Give Mobius.
Damn well he's coming back. Evan, do you want that somber ending or do you want reconciliation?
Mobius had a happy. He's the only one who had a happy ending. He had to go see his family, right?
Yeah, but Loki's alone. He misses his friends.
Does he?
Did you think so?
I think Sylvie does. Mobius, spend time with your son, your daughter, children, whatever it was.
It's been like 5 years.
But Team Loki. I still don't know how that's going to factor into things, but
and then the last team it says Doom would have a team. Doctor Doom will probably have his own team in Avengers Doomsday. Maybe. He also sees. The rumor also says that Doom also sees the incursions as a danger to the multiverse and wants to stop them by presumably using Franklin Richards.
Yeah.
Wondering how that could go, but
he wants to stop them by controlling them, obviously, probably.
Yeah, well, you can make our own battle world.
Or maybe these things are annoying, but maybe if I can. Wait, what?
Maybe Franklin freaks out and just does it by accident. Who knows?
Maybe. But yeah, like these incursions are bad, but like Doomsday probably like maybe if I can control them under my control, then they're good.
Yeah. This also is interesting because this makes me think of like a previous rumor about Doom having his own team. There was a rumor that Doom would be assembling like his own set of Dark Avengers that have like the similar faces of the core 6 Avengers from the first Avengers, but they're evil fairies. Or like they're not who they say they are. Because it's like that's Tony's face, but it's Doom. So we'll see. There's also I don't know if we talked about it for Fantastic Four, but there was an interesting theory I had also heard where what if like this is the proper Doctor Doom rehab that isn't RDJ, but like he's through whatever manipulation, maybe through like he's scarred, and maybe through like Franklin's reality warping, takes the guise of like a trusted ally. Baby, I don't know, because we're always up in arms about like RDJ is playing Doom right now, but in the long run, if you go through these events of Doom and then we're on like the reset and now we're continuing forward and we have Doctor Doom, you would still have built-in history with whatever new Doom we have because that was him. He just had a different face, but that is him. That would be better.
That would be better. Are they thinking that?
Maybe. You don't know. You don't know. Like we always say like, but like they're stupid writers. But are they? Because they've had billions of hits. Like
I would say they're stupid, but I would say they're very hard set in their ways. Even just like the post discussions about the endgame time travel messiness. Like they're very stuck in their ways. Like they've said from the jump, RDJ is playing Doctor Doom. He is Doctor Doom.
Yes. Yes.
But I would like that. I would like it to be like a reset. He fails, and we get our normal Doctor Doom back for future stories. That would be the best way, but we'll have to wait and see.
We will have to wait and see. To all the people joking about like they have no script, they do now. Apparently, like the script is now finished. They are shooting with a finished product. So now
you also didn't mention the Champions team. I heard that recently on the same site, right? The Miss Marvel, Kate, and Ironheart, right? Aren't they in that movie?
Potentially. There was like from the leaked concept art that was around. Apparently, that's more so for Secret Wars than Doomsday itself.
Okay.
Apparently, but I also found it interesting of like the idea of this graphic does build off of like what we know of like official announced casting from the chairs, right? But there's also rumor that D23 is about to happen, and they might do the second half of the announcement for the cast because they had also said like they don't have the full announcement
Yeah.
of everybody in the movie yet.
More
They do
chairs,
Part
baby.
2? Everybody laughs at that, but that got 3 million views, Evan, throughout that day. That
It
was
worked.
a success. Like people were like, "This is stupid." Still watching.
It worked. It worked. Yeah, they could do chairs part 2, or they can just show a sizzle of people on set.
You absolutely could. Look, I was there on the stream. My dumbass I was timing between chairs. I was like, it's roughly 11, 12 minutes. I was setting timers between them. I was like, as soon as the music cue comes in, they're gonna switch. Which was fun too, because I started playing a game where like they would play the character theme, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah. But okay. You can find me on Twitter, Harris EV9. I was so hyped today because Big Brother eviction episode was great. It was great. Somebody didn't use a veto on himself on Monday. He could have saved himself from the block. He didn't. And he goes home, and the person he saved voted him out. It is crazy on the house. So I love Big Brother 27. But besides that, I'm always tweeting about anime, Alien. I'm going to be talking about Peacemaker next week. So very exciting things ahead, for sure.
Right on. You follow me at _Time Blazer. We're making a show called Time Blazer with co-starring creative consultant Evan Harris.
Playing Ben, who can easily defeat Xenomorphs. Easily. You got nothing on me.
Got a good shot. At the very least, you could retreat successfully. You can go into become pure energy.
Soup.
Probably the same power as that stun gun, at least.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you can also follow me at _Nathan Rojas, doing my usual thing, talking a lot more about Spider-Man. I tweeted, we didn't talk about this in the Spider-Man, but like Michael Mando once again teased Venom's association in Scorpion because Matt Gargan is Venom for a time in the comics as well. Will they do that? I don't know. But I tweeted that idea, like he tweeted that for the second time. And then that tweet blew up, and I was like, "This is ridiculous. Why can't my art blow up like this?" Follow me there and blow up my art. And all of our socials are linked in the description. Merch is available. Please buy one, just one. I make them quite affordable, frankly. Like very like cost to price. Just fun. It's just a fun little thing. Buy a brand new day shirt. I made one. It's a brand new day. Fun stuff.
Oh really? I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
You said buy my brand new day shirt. It's called brand new day.
All right, you got me. Yeah, Evan, I'm a fan. All right, so
oh my god,
that's enough. We got to get out of here. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like button, subscribe now, ring the bell, so you miss coverage, all things movie, TV. That means I hope you have a great day. Catch you guys next time.